Welcome back to the channel, guys. And it is a Premier League preview. The league leaders, Arsenal, go up against bottom-placed Wolves. It's match day 16, and after a recent slip-up, pressure had mounted a little bit on Arteta, but the Club Bruges game did take off that pressure a little bit. Let's get into it. Just a short while ago, Arsenal had a healthy lead at the top, but now that advantage has been cut to just 2 points, with second place Man City suddenly in our sights. Now, Arsenal are coming off a league defeat in our Saturday against Aston Villa. However, they did secure a 3-0 win in the Champions League, with Madueke and Martinelli being extremely good in attacking areas. Arteta is clear on this objective, though. He says the team needs to go full gas from the beginning to earn the 3 points, recognizing that achieving over 90 points will likely be necessary to win the league this Premier League season. Let's start off with those injuries. So, team news, which quite frankly is full of uncertainty. Mikel Arteta has been non-committal, often repeating the phrase a matter of days regarding several key players. So we'll start off with the key one there, William Saliba. Now, the central defender missed the last few games with a knock, and Arteta has said to wait and see if Saliba's ready for Wolves. I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to see Saliba in this game. The club, as of late, have shown a reluctance to bring players back quite quickly. And the underlying cause of this issue is an ankle injury that caused him to modify his running, overloading a different area. So for me, I don't think Saliba will be back for this one, possibly on the bench, but I would hold off as of yet, maybe for the Everton game. Now, Declan Rice in the middle of the park. He did look a little bit jaded, but he missed the Champions League game due to illness. And Arteta's prognosis is that illness normally in a few days gets resolved. But again, his availability is unknown. Zubimendi did play 90 minutes, however, so I do think that that sign is indicating towards a Rice coming back. Jurrien Timber and Leandro Trossard are also dealing with knocks. Their statuses are a matter of days, of course, making their involvement pretty questionable. I think both of them will probably fit. Maybe only Jurrien Timber will get the start, though. Timber was also not seen in the training photos. Now, the good news is the return of Gabriel Jesus, who came off the bench recently after recovering from an ACL injury. And Arteta praised his qualities, and rightfully so, saying about the energy he brings and that he has to be pushing and aiming for minutes. Finally, another player that has to be watched is Noni Madueke, who scored twice in the European Champions League. And he's something of a Wolves nemesis, having scored 4 goals in his 2 previous Premier League starts against them, including a hat-trick for Chelsea last season. Now, we should probably shift the focus towards Wolves, seeing as, they are the opposition. Wolves are currently in a terrible run of form, really. They're at the foot of the table and remain winless this season. The recent form is historically bad. They sit just 2 points after 15 games, which is a joint low in top flight history. This is not a good Wolves side, and it's a side where I challenge you to go away and try and think of 5 players that will start in this game. And I will also challenge you not to say Mascara in that. They have lost all 4 games since Rob Edwards has taken charge, and they're currently winless in 19 Premier League games, losing their last 8 in a row. Both runs are joint longest in the club history. Unsurprisingly, according to Opta Supercomputer, it hands them a 99.2% chance of relegation this season, so it is not looking rosy for Wolves. Despite the bleak outlook, Arteta did acknowledge that a team in that position will have to react and show their teeth, making them a dangerous opponent. Furthermore, according to Opta's expected points model, Wolves should actually be on 15 points, suggesting that their performances have been better than their results. I think we can't really overlook them. I mean, you can't overlook anyone in the Premier League this season, but if there's one team you could look at possibly resting over a couple of players, it is Wolves. Arteta expects Wolves to push hard, and historically they have pulled off some upsets. They're responsible for 2 of the 4 times the bottom side has beaten the top Premier League side in Premier League history. So let's make sure that we're not part of that history. In terms of tactical focus and the history, Arsenal are overwhelming favourites, obviously. They've been given an 85.4% win probability by Opta. So it would be no surprise if the Gunners do get a win in this game. And Mikel Arteta's side holds an incredible head-to-head record. Arsenal have scored in each of the last 35 meetings with Wolves across all competitions, a streak dating back to February 1979. Only Wrexham against Darlington holds the longest streak of scoring in English football history. So, although history is not good, with the upsets with Wolves, we've got a pretty good chance of scoring some goals. So if you're someone who's looking at predictions, goals galore. Tactically, we've seen a shift for the Gunners. Early in the season, we relied heavily on set pieces, with 12 of the first 17 goals coming from set pieces. The last 11 league goals have all actually come from open play. So suddenly that narrative disappeared. However, the defence has shown some frailties and vulnerabilities that we haven't really seen, conceding 6 goals in the last 5 league games, double the number conceded in the first 10. The absences of players like Saliba and Gabriel have obviously taken a toll on this backline, and Wolves might try to exploit the weakened backline. We saw Christian Norgard playing as a centre-back in the European Champions League midweek. It also kind of highlights the adaptability required in this squad right now, because we're asking players to do jobs that they're not comfortable with. And I will say Norgard did excellently. It was a great performance. Now, in terms of lineups, there are some questions over what Arteta might do. I mean, he has got his hands tied slightly. I would presume that David Raya will start in goal. Calafiori is suspended for this one, so Miles Lewis-Skelly will most likely play at left back, with Hincapié as our left centre back again. Right centre back, there are doubts about Timber, especially after he wasn't seen in training, but I would presume that he will start, and then we'll have someone like Norgard just in case, especially with Saliba and Mosquera currently injured. And I don't think we'll be rushing Saliba back. I think we'll give him some time. Right back will be Ben White for me. Again, I don't think there are pictures of him in training, but I'm pretty sure he will be available. The midfield's the interesting one for this game. So with Zubimendi playing 90 minutes in Belgium, I think he will probably start on the bench for this. I think we'll try and give him some rest. So Declan Rice for me will come back in, but this time as our 6. We'll probably play 2 more attacking 8-10 types. So I think Arteta will probably go with Eze in the left channel and Odegaard on that right side. But maybe there's a possibility where we see Ethan Nwaneri coming in. I think the last time we saw that kind of midfield was against West Ham, and it'll be a really interesting kind of game plan. And if you're going to do that against anyone, why not Wolves? Wolves will most likely start as a 5-man defense, and we've done very well against those. We've had to play a lot. I think this is the game to do it. If you can't do it against Wolves, then who can you do it against? So for me, it'll be Rice, Eze, and Odegaard. And then rounding out the side, the front 3, Saka out on the right. On the left, I think it will probably be going to be out of Martinelli, Trossard, and Madueke, possibly. I don't think Trossard comes back in straight away again. Seems like we're being cautious with injuries, and he was taken off after playing about 35 minutes. It seemed like the club have made a conscious decision that he plays that amount of minutes and then he's taken off. So again, don't think he starts this game. I think he comes on and probably makes a good impact. So it's out of Martinelli and Madueke. For me, I think in this game, it might be Madueke on the left-hand side. We've seen in the past Martinelli struggle against low blocks. Don't think this is really the game for him. Seems like Champions League and Europe is the way forward with Martinelli. So I think Madueke might start on the left-hand side in this game. And finally up front, do we go for Mikel Merino? For me, no. His last two performances have been wanting. Plus, he has played a lot of minutes in the last few weeks, especially after playing 90 minutes in midfield in Belgium. So I think Merino will be on the bench. There's out of Jesus and Gyökeres. For me, I think Victor Gyökeres goes up top. He seems like he's lacking confidence at the moment. He seems like he needs a streak of games again. And I think this will be a good opportunity for him to do that. And I think with Gabriel Jesus kind of playing, a very few amount of games in the last 2 years, I think it'd be too early to start him. So I think Gabriel Jesus will be playing on the bench. But what an impact he made against Bruges. In terms of predictions, given the historical dominance and Wolves' current form, Arsenal should secure a pretty comfortable win in this game, especially since they have a full week off after this match to recuperate. I'm expecting Arsenal to go pretty strong, push hard early, overcome what's likely to be a deep-lying Wolves defence. And for this game, I went bold on the Fockles podcast, 5-0. I think that's more the wishful thinking of me, but I think a 3-0 victory to Arsenal seems more likely. Let me know your predictions, who you think will start, down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. You guys know football. I just talk it. Order out.